Well, I ran out of bank sinkers, so we're going to pour some today. And I'm going to be using these old cast iron molds. I got three of them here we're going to be using. And I bought these over 50 years ago. I bought them new. And this is my favorite here because it's got a variety of sizes. And you go from, what's it down, 8 ounce down to 3/4. So we're going to be pouring mostly 4, 5s, and 6s. That's what we use the most. But you can look at the condition of this mold. It's in great shape. And I'll also be pouring some little ones that we used back in the creeks when we were like mango snapper fishing. And this goes from 1 ounce down to 3 8-ounce. And the same with this one. It's in great shape, like new condition. So you get these, they last forever. You can still pick them up on eBay. And another one that I don't use that often, this one's got 8, or rather 6 8-ounce sinkers in it. And I used to use this more up north when I worked on the party boats there, and I'd pour lead for them. And I'd pour like a few 100 pounds at a time. And I used to close up the garage in the middle of the winter and burn this lead with a propane burner and pour lead. No ventilation or nothing. I was real lucky I never got lead poisoning. But back then people didn't know as much as they do now. Nobody ever told me I was crazy for doing it, but that's how it was back then. So as soon as this pot here gets warmed up, we can start pouring them. So while I'm pouring today, I have both garage doors open, the fan going, and wearing that shield and the gloves. And the gloves are important. You want good gloves because if you don't, eventually you're going to burn yourself. And if you're using scrap lead, you got to be careful with that because moisture can get trapped in that, because it's happened to me. And it only takes a little drop, just one drop of water, and that lead will blow out of the pot, and you know it's going to blow right back on you. So just be careful when you're melting lead. So now we can get to pouring our weights. Well, I use any kind of lead I can get, but I prefer soft lead. And this scrap lead here came from a roof, and this stuff was kind of soft. And what I'll do is take it outside. I'll melt this outside and make ingots out of it. So if I want to pour in the garage, I'm using a lot cleaner lead, and it won't smoke and make a mess like this will. So I pour the ingots, take this outside and pour the ingots. And also I use cast net leads. This is a lead line from an old cast net. And I'll cut the leads off of that, and here's a few more. And you can find them sometimes along the banks, or you'll actually even catch them once in a while on your anchor or something, bring them up. Then I'll take and pour them in this mold and make the ingots. And here's what one of the ingots. And they fit perfect in this ammo box. I'll just stack them in the ammo box. And this is a 7.62 ammo box. So that way I have nice clean lead to work with, and I can do it in the garage as long as I have good ventilation. I'll open the garage doors up and put the fan on. And if it's nice out, I'll still pour them outside. Alright, we'll make our first pour now. And I like to use this type of pot that use a ladle. I've got the pots where it's got the bottom pour on it, but they seem to clog up on me all the time. Maybe they leak, so this is just as easy. I'm doing a 4, 5, and 6 now. Get this 4 done. Let's see how they come out. That's set for a minute. You can see it's sucked down into the mold. It came out. We got the 4, 5s, and 6. We'll do a few more. Clamp the mold up. Alright, this is our second pour. Let's see if they came out as good as the first time. That's the 6. 5. And make sure I got lead for the 4. It came out pretty good. Well, we'll add a little more lead to the pot, and I'll show you how little slag you get by doing it this way. By making these ingots, it makes it a lot cleaner. Like I said, especially if you're going to pour in the garage. Even though I got ventilation, I got the fan going, the doors open, but still you don't want all that smoke. You burn that lid from a roof off there, and it makes a big mess, especially if there's a little bit of tar on it. I'll still clean the top off, but it won't be as messy if I just put the scrap lead in. A little bit of slag. I put the ladle back in. You gotta keep that ladle warm. Alright, we'll pour a few more with this mold. Like I said, I'm doing mostly the 4s, 5s, and 6s. Let's see how they came out. Yep, pretty good. Got a little bit of flash at the bottom, but that's not that bad. Okay, they cooled off enough. Let's see how these come out. Yep, pretty good, pretty consistent. Okay, now I'm going to pour some of these smaller ones. I'll make a couple pours of these. We don't use that many of them. It means I got the pot hot. I'll pour some. I got lucky. First pour, these little guys all came out. going to do one more pour, and I'll use the 8-ounce mold. The one mold that has 6 8-ounce sinkers. We don't use a whole lot of those, but I pour some in case the current's running real hard. We can hold bottom. So I'll see how they come out. You get 2 sinkers to a full ladle. Then I'll pour it all over. I'll let it cool for a few seconds. See how it comes out. Yeah, first time. Came out good. Well, I found the best tool to cut the gate off, and that's what I call it, the gate. I've been calling it that for years, so I guess there's other names for it. Is to use these straight cut sheet metal shears. And they work good. You can just roll it around the sinker, and it does a nice job. Makes it nice, and you got that nice round effect. You don't have to clean them up. And it makes them look a little more professional. You just cut it, and you can roll it around. It makes a nice cut. Now you can also use the wire cutters, and they'll cut them off. But it seems to make it like a flat spot on the top. That's no big deal. They're only sinkers. You know, you're not going to sell them or anything. So whatever tools you got, just use those. But I sort of, if you got these, try them out. And it works out pretty good. Cut it off. Just roll it around, and it makes a nice cut. Well, I'm going to finish cleaning up these weights. So if you enjoyed this video, we'd appreciate a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching.